From north of the wall, the freefolk charged in, this time being led by giants. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Infinite Realms as we review Freefolk Heroes 2 from the Song of Ice and Fire, the miniatures game. So once again, I'll reiterate, the freefolk are really fun to play in the Song of Ice and Fire game. And of course, one of the things is they get giants. Giants are fun. And this interesting Heroes pack has giants instead of regular figures. So that makes it really cool. We start off with 1/1. Now this is a really cool sculpt. I like it a whole lot. It is a departure from the books, as 1/1 and all the giants are usually described as being very simian-like. Even the fan art shows them very much ape-like. 1/1 looks a lot more human, although he does have fur, of course, like all giants do. This was a big departure in the game from the book, but I like it because it makes it pretty usable in other ways too. Now 1/1 costs a little more than a giant, but he also gets a lot better abilities. He's Order Warcry, he gets Critical Blow and Sundering, and then all the typical giant abilities. But as a game piece, again, pretty cool. Hard to knock him because he's pretty tough. Now, again, these are giants. Now, are they really that big of figures? Well, 1/1 is said to be around 14 feet tall and the tallest giant. So, when you compare him to some of the other giants, like from WizKid's Unpainted Miniatures, yeah, they're they are shorter. Both Magthemighty and 1/1 are shorter. Is that bad? Not necessarily. Now, this does play into the value of the box, though. You got to keep in mind this is wargaming we're talking about, which is totally different from just regular miniature grabbing. Now, the suggested retail price on just the Frost Giant, for instance, here is $15.99 versus this box set, which has two of these smaller giants, which is closer to $30. So, you know, if you're doing it purely for the miniatures, that might not seem like a good value to you. But again, wargaming, you're getting all the cards and abilities, which I'm going to get to Magthemighty in just a second, which is the real big draw here. And these, again, being in wargaming makes it a completely different way to estimate the price tag. But purely just on 1/1, I'll give him 5 stars. I really love the character. I love the sculpt. I love almost everything about it. For those of you wondering, 1/1 died in the show or in the Battle of the Bastards. In the books, he's still alive. That event has not happened, and we don't know if it will happen. Again, we're waiting on Winds of Winter, so we'll see what happens to 1/1 later. But again, one of those characters I really liked from A Song of Ice and Fire, and I'm glad to see him in a miniature form. So now we move on to Magthemighty, who I might say is one of my favorite giant sculpts of A Song of Ice and Fire. He just looks vicious and ready to go. Now Mag, the character, he's the giant that died in the battle under the wall. He lifted the gate up, and then the Night's Watch pretty much pummeled him with arrows, and he died. He took a lot of the Night's Watch with him, but that is an important point, that at this point he is a dead character, but of course he fits into the license, as has been told to us about, anything in the in the War of the Five Kings. So yes, that took place during the War of the Five Kings. So yes, he does fit. Now, Mag is also a commander, which is nice because now we finally have a giant commander. I've had this desire to run a giants list with the freefolk since this game started with freefolk, and now you have a giant leader to do that with. And here's the funny thing: unlike most commanders, he actually costs points to your army, costs 9 points, but he also gets his own tactics deck, which is very giant specific. You get things like stone throwing. Through his tactics deck, you get all kinds of fun abilities that really enhance your giants a great deal. I really dig Mag. Game-wise, I can't wait to run him and see how that deck works. It looks like it's going to be devastating. As a figure, again, probably my favorite sculpt of giants in A Song of Ice and Fire. I easily will give this one a 5-star. This is one of the better molds I think CMON has put together in this game. So keeping that in mind, I've given 2 5-stars. I got to give this box 5 stars. I will point out, the price point per versus value, you only get 2 miniatures. It's a little bit of a downer. I can't knock a star off it though, because I really love these figures. These are really awesome figures, and I can't wait to paint them up and see what they look like. I'm going to try to stick as close to the card art as I can. I might deviate a little bit, but beyond that, I really think this is one of the surprise sets of the freefolk that we've had yet. Really like it. One of the surprise hero sets as well. It's just a really solid, good set. Really like it. That's it for Infinite Realms. Hope you have a great day, and don't forget to like and subscribe.